we can criticize down the road, but when they made this, everybody said they passed on Zadina since he dropped. They'd be fools. And Quinn Hughes, nobody thought he was going to be as good as he is.
The panelists last night on the coverage were saying before their pick that of more than any team, how far off the Red Wings are.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of us are anticipating it may not take that long.
3 years.
And then just the other thing, the interesting thing I had last night. Well, two things. First off, Bob McKenzie nailed 11 for 11.
Oh.
Not in order,
right.
But his top best prospects available, all 11 were gone after 11
And
games.
he's done. He's quit.
That's like, I've never seen McShay or Kuiper even touch that.
No.
And then I think the other interesting thing, just maybe a hindsight 2020 down the road here, would be should they have slid down a few picks and taken Askarov?
Oh yeah, Nashville took him at 11, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just finally, the way he's drafting and the way that's being built, though he did take one defenseman, it appears to me that the first free agent play is going to be for a big defenseman. Once they start,
big, tall,
once they start to spend money.
Oh yeah, and we're not talking about Torrey Krug this year either.
No, I'm talking about when he wants to make his first play.
Yeah.
That's where he's going to spend it.
Yes. All right. Our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Still on the program, we have the Wide Nine. Well, we will talk today to former Lion quarterback Gus Frerotte. We'll check out the best number 41 in sports. Also, it's Wednesdays with Wojo. Heather is next up with news, and I'm sure she's going to talk about the sad news that we all kind of felt a little bit if you're into any type of music.
Oh, I'm definitely going to talk about that story for sure, but I'm also going to talk about a mad pooper that's on the loose right here in Michigan. So I'll have both of those stories, yeah.
Wow. Mad, ladies and gentlemen, please come to the stage and we bring you the Mad Pooper. 97 won the ticket.
97 won the ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ EM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Comcast Business. There's a new accident blocking the left lane of Telegraph southbound just north of 14 Mile, as well as a car fire affecting the right lane of US 23 southbound after 9 Mile. Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed with new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com. I'm Michelle Pania with traffic. I'm going to guide you through a relaxing talk about cold and flu season. Even though this year is stressful, you're going to feel calm. Because at Rite Aid, our pharmacists are educated in traditional medicine and alternative remedies. So you not only get a flu shot, you also learn how to support your immune system. And rest assured, you're doing your best to protect your health and wellness. Get your flu shot and boost your immune system at Rite Aid today. No cost with most insurance, no appointment needed.
Vaccines must apply. Live state restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacist for details.
A car is more than 4 wheels and some seats. It helps take you where you want to go. So does Community Financial Credit Union. Car loans are quick and easy at Community Financial. Apply online or visit a local branch. Pre-approval is free and there's no application fee. And their rates are typically lower than your local bank, which saves you money. Visit cfcu.org to get started. Community Financial Credit Union. Right here, right for you.
Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Ram Power Days is going on now at Kellyanne's Fedlike Dodge and Warren. Check out these incredible prices. New Ram Crew Cab 1500 4x4 priced at $28,995. Grand Caravans under $19,000. New Journeys just $17,939. To Kellyanne's Fedlike Dodge to lease a well-equipped 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 for just $179 per month. See why Kellyanne's Fedlike Dodge and Ram has Metro Detroit's best selection of Ram trucks. Lease a Durango GT all-wheel drive, just $339 per month. That's right, lease a Durango GT all-wheel drive with moderate power sunroof for only $339 per month. Worried about credit? Forget it. We approve almost everyone. We need used cars. We're paying more for trade-ins than ever before. Up to $2,500 more than book value. Our desperation for your trade-in is your advantage. Turn it in, cash it in. Only at Van Dyke Dodge. Kellyanne is Van Dyke Dodge. Located on Van Dyke Avenue, just north of 696 Aurora, or VanDykeDodge.com.
Joe Biden. To fix the economy, we have to the Lakers over the Heat, 102-96. They lead the series 3-1. Baseball playoffs, American League. Astros 5, A's 2. Those cheating Astros, not cheating now. They're on a roll. Lead that series 2-0. Rays even up the series with the Yankees at 1-all. With a 7-5 win. Yankees, by the way, struck out 18 times. National League Game 1's Braves over the Marlins 9-5, and the Dodgers over the Padres 5-1. The Red Wings select Lucas Raymond, a wing out of Sweden, with their first pick in the draft. The only pick they made today, fourth overall. Rounds 2 through 7 begin at 11:30 this morning. Here's Heather and News.
All right, so the MHSAA will now allow more fans to attend games. So beginning immediately, an indoor event can have 20% capacity or up to 500 spectators. And for outdoor events with fixed seating, so for football, soccer games, schools are allowed to host 30% seating capacity or up to 1,000 fans. So you can start buying tickets to go. This is exciting. There's also rules for outdoor events without seating. So this is for things like cross country and golf and things like that. The site must maintain no more than 30 fans per 1,000 square feet at the location.
So let me ask you the next question. Because I don't know the answer to this. And maybe it's just the Big Ten and the NFL. Well, it's not the NFL, because the NFL, why can you have 1,000 people at a high school game, but you can't have seats at Ford Field? Or you can't have seats at the Big House or Spartan Stadium? I mean, I guess the Michigan State things, guys, is maybe the conference rule.
Yeah.
But the NFL, I mean, there's people, it's not even a dome thing, there's people at Jerry World. I mean, I don't understand it.
I don't either, because you could be, I mean, there's no better place to be socially distanced than in Ford Field.
Right.
I mean, it's a huge arena. And if you put 10,000 people in there, they get swallowed up. I mean, you would have no idea that they were even there, but they would get a chance to enjoy the game.
As long as you're socially distanced, they don't have, like, sections together like you saw at the Georgia Auburn game.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
that's
they're separate things for separate. These are all separate entities. They operate under their own. What do they want to do? I mean, I saw yesterday. It doesn't look like Michigan's going to have media members
Right.
at games. I mean, to me, the extremes of just different decision making. And we're dealing with this with youth sports right now. Our youth football and cheerleading starts Saturday, and as of yesterday, we had to still submit who are going to be the 2 spectators. And I'm like, I just saw on the news that they're going to allow 1,000 at high school games, and they're like, well, we're still working on it, but we might not do it this week. I feel bad for those people, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they
it's
have to
my
deal
son
with all
plays.
that and keep up with all the rules. Me too.
My son plays Pop Warner football, and we're trying to figure out, okay, are they going to actually make the change this weekend so that we can all go? And they're in such a bad place because they're trying to make decisions based on what, the trickle-down effect, and they don't get the ability to meet on a daily basis, so it's just really hard for them to handle all the changes.
All right, so police right here in Michigan are on the lookout for what I call a mad pooper. There is a man who pooped in a box and then left it on a shelf at a Meijer in Van Buren Township. Yes, this pooper was actually caught on security camera, doing his business right there in an aisle and then placing the box that he did it in on a shelf. And before he left, he also stole several items from the store. They do know that he left the parking lot in a light-colored Ford Escape, but so far police have no leads on any suspects.
So they weren't observing him on the cameras during, they just saw him.
No.
They went back to the tape, I guess, right?
They saw it later. Yes, this happened on Thursday, October 1st, right around 4 p.m. Ooh.
This is
But,
quite.
that's a busy time, too, though. Like, it wasn't like he was there at,
Right.
whatever their closing time is. Like, 4 p.m. is a busy hour,
Right.
I would imagine, at a Meijer.
This is quite disturbing for me. I was in this Meijer on Friday.
Oh, you just missed it.
I go there on my way home. It's kind of convenient on my way home. So
Maybe he just missed it. Maybe we got a lead.
Maybe he's the mad producer is also the mad pooper.
I don't know, man. I haven't looked yet. Are the bathrooms open in grocery stores?
They are.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they kind of have to be
Yes.
a little bit. Like, there are emergency situations. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this guy could have just use the bathroom, but apparently he couldn't hold it. Oh, I don't know.
Can you imagine opening up the box? Oh, let me see here. I'm going to get a new pair of shoes. Oh my goodness!
I can't at all, and I don't even want to. It's so disgusting.
I started as soon as I saw it too. Like the headline, I thought of like Justin Timberlake should make somehow a
Yes.
Saturday Night Live skit of this because he had the junk in the box.
Right, put the
Yes,
box.
that's exactly what I thought of as well. When I saw the headline.
So, Stoney, I don't know if you actually read our prep because you were so drunk last night.
I read some of it. Yeah.
I did notice, and this may be a first, that the only thing we all had in all three of our preps, me, Heather, and John, was this story.
We all had the
Not the NHL draft. Heather didn't have that part.
Right.
No. But I definitely saw the poop story, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. All right, so in some sad news, legendary guitarist Eddie Van Halen passed away yesterday after a long battle with cancer. He was just 65 years old. And according to reports, in the last 72 hours, his ongoing health battle went massively downhill. Doctors actually discovered that his throat cancer had moved to his brain as well as other organs. And they say that he died at the hospital with his family by his side.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she's a dermatologist in New York, and her ex-husband, they actually performed like surgery on him because her ex-husband was a cancer doctor specializing in throats and things like that. So she got to know him, and she said he was just a really, really nice person, down to earth, believe it or not. And look, whether you're a Van Halen fan or not, he is obviously one of the great rock guitarists of all time. A lot of people don't realize he did the riffs for the Michael Jackson song "Beat It."
Yeah.
You know, that whole guitar solo was him. All the great Van Halen songs, you know, with Sammy, with David Lee, it was him. And of course, he was married to Valerie Bertinelli for a long time, and he's an all-timer, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Great, and this is really sad. And one of our good buddies who works here, Pete Kowalski, is a huge Van Halen fan. And when I saw the news, which was pre-cocktail yesterday, I texted him some condolences, and he's at a loss for words. I mean, it's when one of your icons, your idols, passes away like that. Even though you knew he was sick for a while, it sucks. He had a major influence on everybody.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so I'm sure we've all taken at least maybe like a pen from your workplace, right? Like, we don't intentionally steal things, but we've all taken a pen home, maybe some paper, maybe some toilet paper when there was a big toilet paper shortage, you know, things like that. Nothing major, let's hope. But there is an employee at the Austin Public Library in Texas who was just busted for stealing more than $1.3 million worth of printer toner over 12 years. So this guy would steal the toner, take it home, and then sell it online for profit. It sounds like he might have been the guy responsible for ordering the toner. So he would just order way too much and then take it home with him. And then it also says that he used the library's credit card to buy himself about $18,000 worth of electronics, like video games. He bought a drone, he bought a Roomba, things like that. And then the library finally caught up to him after they had a big city audit, and he was just arrested a few weeks ago.
Well, it should be. I mean, he basically, if he was doing that, you know, if he was in charge of, you know, those things like the toner, he's basically just scamming the inventory. I remember in college, a few guys that I knew, they had these jobs at like a Foot Locker. It wasn't called a Foot Locker, it was called the Athletic Shoebox. And they would mess with the inventory. So and they'd come on campus with, you know, just sell us, you know, sneakers for like half price because they
messed with everything. They got it for free.
Right. Nobody
Basically, but not
Right.
really.
Yeah, nobody knew.
Wow.
Because they screwed with the inventory.
So what do you
I
think?
got to imagine over time he just got more and more comfortable and just said, you know what? Let's take the next step and just use the card to. I need a computer.
Exactly.
What do you think I noticed has been stolen around here?
Hand sanitizer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
And what? Oh, the wipes. Oh, I definitely believe the wipes because those are hard to find.
We
Still a
couldn't
little
keep them
bit.
in here at first. Now they've been around. I don't think people are doing it anymore, but somebody was doing it.
Oh my gosh! I knew it.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
Our telephone number, 248-539-3393. 899-9797. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Wide Nine.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here at the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, your hometown sportsbook. After the Texans' 0-4 start to the season, they fired head coach and general manager Bill O'Brien. Houston, more importantly, 0-4 against the spread, but still a 6-point favorite against the Jaguars on Sunday, and that gives us some value here. I love the Jaguars on Sunday catching the 6. Texans might have fired the head coach, but they still can't stop the run. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, your hometown sportsbook. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day.
Want to win $5,000 just for picking football games? BetRivers.net has a weekly football contest where they're giving away $5,000. That's $5,000 each week, and the entry cost is free. Go to BetRivers.net and sign up for your free account. Once you do, you're ready to enter your picks each week. Don't miss your chance to win. Go to BetRivers.net.